So hi guys, I hope you guys are doing well and fine. I finally wanted to talk about this. So I wanted to talk about bad things and good things in Botswana, so just in case you want to visit Botswana. But I guess I'm gonna start with what happened at the airport. I mean at the border, because I haven't spoken about it, and a lot of you guys did see Uguti. I was very unhappy with what happened and I didn't want to share, so I'm ready to share. And I want to say this to Botswana: this is not an attack, this is just not anything. Instead, I'm just trying to be open to people who like to visit Botswana, because when I was going to Botswana, I had a lot of things from different people, like it's very strict, you can't go in Botswana, you got tattoos, you might not be allowed to get in, the way you dress, which is totally different. And I don't want people to stop going on, be afraid, you know, like get scared of going to Botswana because they are thinking, no, I can't go there because it's too strict, so they want to do this. The only thing is that I think when people, not that I think, let me say this guys, with economy, I have to hold the phone because I'm in Johannesburg, of course, and sometimes, I mean, there's paras. But anyway, when people are, let me take the public off because I'm serious. When people are visiting a country, they are coming to boost the economy, okay? And you know that does a lot to a country. If you get more tourists, there is more salary raise to people who are working in a country. There is like a better life in a country. So tourism is very important, very, very important. And I mean, yeah, everyone should be treated equally, not just be watched and think, good to know, I can just, you know. But let me just not go what they say around the bushes or the bushes around whatever. When we went to Botswana with mom, we went to Botswana, and before we arrived in Botswana, we told Mom Midi, which is our host, that she should see if we can bring peso and our aprons there to Botswana, okay? And she did go to the border to ask them what we needed, which we needed a slip that was saying we bought the things, because we don't make the things, we are not a factory. We bought everything, we buy everything from some people, and then we keep them with us. So we asked her, and she went to ask, and then they told us we need to bring a slip. So when we were going there, everything was good. Now when we were packing the things, we packed mpeso, aprons, and VS cream, just like in different packages, not in suitcases. So they were just sitting in the boots, because we were not hiding anything. We didn't want to hide anything because we were not smuggling anything anyway. So when we got there, we got them. If you did see my other video, so we got the stamp. We thought that everything was okay. I'm gonna talk about in bad and good things in another video. I mean the other stuff, but right now let's concentrate on this one. So when we got when we got to the border, now we were checked, our car, after the stamps and everything. Now our car was checked. They opened the car, and then they saw immediately when you opened the car, we packed the peso, we packed the, you know, because we were not hiding, we had nothing to hide. They saw good. We got impeso, we got VS cream, we got this, and then while they were still checking, this other guy said, I need to follow him, one of us, between me and mom. So I was like, okay, I will follow you, because they are still searching our car. I will just follow him. We went and we sat, and he was just interviewing me with what is the mpeso for, did we test mpeso, you know, stuff like that, how do you use it, the performance, and you know, we were just making the jokes and everything. Then mom came. I don't know what happened when mom came, but maybe mom looked rich, I don't know, because Umokeli was very sweaty and she didn't look rich. But the guy said when my mom came inside to join us, because Ma was worried to go to what was the guy saying to me, or what was happening, since I followed him to this one room. So the guy said that we needed to pay 50,000. Guys, 50,000 pula. It's more than in rents. It's not 50,000 rent. It's more than rent, because pulas are bigger than rent, even if it was in rent. So, and he said he's gonna take mpeso He didn't care about Vs cream. He didn't care about aprons. He didn't care about anything. He only cared knowing which one peso was for. After I told him, then he was like, okay, I'm gonna seize the peso, and I need you to give me 50,000 pula. Tanazam. And I was just like standing and shocked, and we looked at each other with mom like, okay, maybe we need to go back to South Africa. And then mom said, we don't have 50,000. Can you take us to court? Because usually at the airport, because we travelers, at the airport or at the border, if you can't pay the money, they take you to court. But usually it's because they are letting you in. So Oma was like, no, please take us to court, because we don't have such money, and we're not going to give you that money, 50,000. Okay. The guy said, okay, if you don't have 50,000, maybe you can give me from 1,000 to 50,000, but 1,000 is okay. Mom said, no, we're not giving you any money. And also, you can't do anything to us, because guys, we were not in Botswana yet. We were still in South Africa. So mom was like, you can't tell us we need to pay pay this money to you when you, it's okay. It's okay, my love. We can't pay you 1,000 and give it to you without seeing any law. You started from 50,000. Now we need to give you 1,000. And on top of that 1,000, he's gonna seize them peso and everything. So with mom, we were like, okay. Then you guys, Uma was like, we are not in Botswana yet, so you can't say, Guti, we've broke the law of Botswana, because we are not in Botswana. We are about to cross the border in Botswana, so we can go back to South Africa with our peso and not give you anything. Because anyway, you know, we didn't know and we didn't hide it. So there wasn't anything that there was malicious. We were doing something malicious. It was right in front of everyone's eyes. So we said, we'd rather go back to South Africa. You know what the guy did? The guy took 2 peso plus 1 capsule for himself. And then he started asking me again. I need to explain to him how he's going to use it. So he was taking it for himself. We didn't have a problem with that. So it was okay. We give people things for free. There wasn't an issue. Now, their fight took like an hour to fight that fight of 50,000. We didn't want to pay. And guys, you know, we're going back on thing that Botswana is strict. Right now, in that moment, I was thinking Botswana is strict by not showing really the law. What is the law? What is happening, you know? Okay, I'm not saying all people, the people that were dealing with us did that, not the whole of Botswana, you know? And we were using the border that is called Zerest, something like that, is that border on that side. So when after we finished that, now he said we need to go and declare, because he got for himself the 2 peso plus the 1 capsules. So we were like, okay, it's okay, which that wasn't a problem. The only problem is that we were fighting not to pay 50,000. After we finished with the 50,000, now we went to the window to declare. We got a form in the window, and then we started putting in this form the names and everything. Then we needed a slip to prove that we bought these things, and we had the slip, but the only issue was the slip was on WhatsApp. And you know, when someone sends you a proof of something or a proof of payment, there is that place where you have to press so that you can see the whole paper, right? I couldn't, because I didn't have a Wi-Fi. Mind you, I am in the border now, in the side of Botswana border, but not in Botswana. So we didn't have internet. The MTN was not working, Telkom was not working. Then I asked them, people who were working in the border, guys, can we have internet, because we want to give you the slip. They said that there wasn't any internet by the border. I said, okay. I went to security, maybe 3-4 securities. They said they don't have internet. I went to these people who were searching our car. They said they didn't have internet. But fair too. I was very upset. I was so upset that we are at the border. So if I don't have this paper, I should just go back to South Africa, because I need the slip. And I mean, when a tourist is going to in that side of the border of Botswana, so when there is no internet, guys, even if you're a security, like, just give me 1 minute so that I can get the slip. We didn't get the slip. Let me tell you, okay, how we got the internet. There was a guy who works also at the border, who was just standing around. I don't know if he cleans or he do something there, but he works there. I asked him also, please, my brother, I just need 1 slip, and we were there now 2 hours. 1 slip in my phone. I'm gonna connect just 1 second. Before that, there was a lady who told me I need to go back to the border of South Africa to connect. And I said to her, when I was at the border of South Africa, my MTN was not working already. So when I asked this guy said he didn't have. Then I promised him money. I said, I'm gonna give you some money if you help me with this. Immediately he said, okay, let me go inside and connect. I was puzzled. What do you mean, my brother, you're going inside to connect? When I wanted to connect, everyone said that it wasn't, and he didn't want to tell me how to connect in the Wi-Fi. No. Tanazam, yeah, I'm not saying anything. I'm just talking about my experience that we had with mom at the airport. I mean, at the border. That's why after we were just a little bit upset with what happened. So mom gave this guy 50 rand because we had rent. We didn't have pullers. We gave him 50 rand. Then he made us connect. We got asleep. Then now we went back to the window. Time was not standing. We were hungry. We were thirsty. We went to the window. We gave the guy to the window. The things were over 5,000 that we bought. The guy said to me, okay, I don't know, I'm gonna minus 1,000 in this sleep. Whatever is left, you're gonna need to give me 2,500 pullers. How? And I was like, what do you mean we must give you 2,500 pullers? Like, why should we? I mean, like, it didn't make sense. Then he said, they thought my mom was my friend. Take your friend and go think about it. And then he said, next. Tanazami, I took my passport, I took my slip for the payment, and then I took the paper, and then I went out. Mind you, Koko Maweni was in Botswana. And everyone was saying that she never had this hassle that we had there. And I don't think it's because they knew me. I don't know. Maybe just they undermine us. I don't know. After that, we took the slips. My mom was not in the window with me. She was standing on the side. She didn't hear everything, but this guy could see we were together because we were at the window to stamp our passports, so they knew we were going to get. So they said, take your friend and go think about it. Guys, I was shaking. I went back to the guy who took our base, and I said to him, my brother, what is Omar was paying for the road, something road permit. You have to pay for it at the window. So I went to this guy who took them pesos the first time, and I said to him, my brother, tell me, why should I pay 2,500 when you wanted me to pay 50,000? I don't trust you guys anymore because there is no law. And I want to tell you this, while I was this guy was telling me about 2,500, we did argue at first, and then I took my phone and I was recording him, the conversation that we were having, because what we was doing, I could see other slips. People who came with 7,000, they were paying like 170. I could see the slip on the window because it was just on the table next. So I didn't understand, because people who were declaring their things, they didn't pay this 2.5 that he's saying I must give it to him. So this guy outside who took my peso already, I said to him, my brother, why should I pay 2,500 when I came with things that are like 5,000? Why should I pay half of what I with the things? Why should I pay half of the things that I'm coming with in Botswana? He said, no, you should pay 12%. Then I said to him, what is the law in Botswana? Now it's 12%. What if it's 2% actually? Because now I don't know. 2.5. You were saying 50,000, and then you went to 1,000. What money should we be paying here? Then he said, no, 12%, my sister. I tell you, go call that guy. I went inside. And now my voice was not nice anymore when I went to the window. I said to this guy, I'm not paying 2.5. Outside they are saying I should be paying 12%. So my brother, you better follow me, you know? Okay. This guy came outside. Now you could see he was changing. I have told this one because I recorded. And guys, I was so upset. Now the time, because then we were there now 3 hours. Just walking up and down, standing in a line. You are thinking, no, how can it be 3 hours? How can it be 4 hours? Because you just jump from window to window. No, honey. Every time we go back to the window, there is a line. You stand in the line for your turn. Every time you want to ask something, you stand in the line. When I want to talk to this guy about the 12%, he's talking to other people. So I have to stand and wait for my turn. That's why the time was just going up and down. This guy came out now. We want to talk about this 2.5. Instead, cousin, they made me feel like I was stupid. He said, well, first of all, he came and said they were trying to explain to each other like, Kiri. I said, please, don't say Kiri or Kuri. Please, just speak English because I want to understand. Don't explain this thing. We are 3 people, so don't explain to each other. You said 12%, you said 2,500. So this 12% of 5,000, we need to calculate it. And then he said, Hurry. I said, my brother, please, let us speak all English. I want to understand what you guys are talking about. Then they started saying this one, who said it's 12%, who took the peso for free. he was saying, no, this lady said you said we must pay 2,500. I think she have a misunderstanding. I said, guys, I didn't have a misunderstanding. You said I must go and think about it. He said, no, no, I didn't say that. Maybe there was a misunderstanding. Even that conversation, I was recording it. I needed receipt. I was even recording that conversation because I wanted to leave, first of all, and I wanted to come back to South Africa knowing I have a proof of why we went back, because it just didn't make sense. My face, it just didn't make sense. Fast forward, the guy, we went back, the 12% off, it was 5,700 and something, if I'm not mistaken, but it was 400, the 12% after we calculated. I went back to the window now to pay this 400. The total of the slip was 200 and something. I don't know again how he ended up calculating. Then it went down to 200. If we did not fight, till now we were gonna lose the peso and then lose 50,000 from the beginning. So standing there fighting to pay this. Now, okay, guys, let us come back while we are here. Botswana is not strict. I wanna tell you, if you wanna visit Botswana, please go to Botswana. It's a very beautiful country. It got so much animals. It got beautiful, tasty food. I'm still gonna do the review about bad and good in Botswana, you know. And I don't want you Africans to come and eat me alive right now, because every country I go around to, I come back and tell you that country had racism, that country was good, that country wasn't good, this country is my favorite. So now, as Africans, allow me as well when I'm telling you my experience, you know, so that we can improve. Because if we just let things slide like this, there's a lot of people who will not go to Botswana thinking Botswana is it's a scary place, the border is very strict. All I would say to you is, when you are going to that border, because it wasn't only me and mom, please, when you go to that border, just be smart, understand the things, and maybe you have to fight like how we fought of paying this money that they wanted us to pay, you know. And another thing, when you, okay, I will tell you other tips when you are going to the border, things you can do, like shoes, where you should put your shoes so that you don't have so much work to do when you are at the border. But people, please go visit Botswana. Botswana is not difficult at all. It is not difficult at all. You just need to be brave when you are there, and then you need to have all the papers that is needed. You need to do your research, but it's not as scary as people are saying. And my experience was bad, and I don't want to lie. And you know, I can't sit with this and not say it. Botswana is an amazing place. We just got people that were just, I don't know, different in that border. You know, I don't know. I will go back to Botswana again, but I think next time I'm going to Botswana, I will fly, because that is an amazing country with an amazing food to go to. But this thing with saying Botswana border is no. Instead of that, I just saw people who were working for government who just wanted money for themselves. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, if you are being true to your law, and Mbesu is not allowed, why were we allowed? If you are being true to the law, Kokoma, when he was there and she bought her own things and she didn't have the trouble that we had, I don't know, maybe we were being undermined, but because the guy didn't know also that I was on social media and he didn't. And I was telling them, I also want to tell you guys this, I was telling them, guys, I'm coming here, I want to promote the country, you know, I want to talk, I want to have a good experience, which I did. But some people are very supportive to me. But what happened in that border was something else, you know, was just something. And guys, I want to say this, if you are working at the border and you are watching this, guys, please help us with the internet. Guys, Wi-Fi, because where would someone get a Wi-Fi when they are there and they are not from Botswana? Like what happened to us, that we had to walk around 1 hour looking just to connect. Yeah, that is the story of what happened at the border. That's why we were there from 2:30 and we got out around 7, just fighting not to pay so much money. But I think if you are not carrying anything, maybe it's much easier and you are just with your car. And I will give you also the other tips that we didn't know that we learned there, that you also should learn. But please do visit Botswana. It's a very beautiful country with only 2 million people. Education wise, I was so amazed with the things. I did do some videos. Yeah, guys, that's all I can say. So whoever wanna come for me with my experience, Bagiti, I'm like, I can't do Europe and talk about my experience, and then we're still gonna talk about the good things though. We're still gonna talk about the tips. We're still gonna talk about the experience inside. We are just talking about the border. Thank you so much, and I love you.